Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I welcome Dr. V.K. Jayaraghavendra Rao, and he will talk about AgTech, the future of agriculture. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Okay, sincere thanks to agriinformation.com. And remember, this was a very important topic. Recently, I was in Delhi to attend this AgTech Global Congress. So ICR, IHR had gone to put up a stall, and I'll just tell you what the whole thing is about. Okay, so this is the AgTech World Conference, and then all big stalwarts around the world had assembled in the Leela Ambience Convention Hotel. Okay, and now, see, I'm not asking someone to become an organic farmer or somebody to use a biostimulant or somebody to use a recombinant DNA technology, or I'm not even asking to do some genome editing, biofortified crops, and so on. But remember, that is the future. What happened to this? So that is the future. So a lot of people, they had come together, this 3 days important Congress, even our DG, Dr. Pathak was there. So 3 people were very prominent there, the Indian Agriculture Research Institute and myself from the Indian Institute of Horticulture Research. So the main focus was on biopesticides, okay, then genome edited products, okay, and then how we are going to take all these things forward. So very, very quickly, I'm just going to start the things. The entire biological product industry, it can be a biostimulant, it can be biopesticide, it can be an organic fertilizer. We are not asking somebody to do away with the inorganic fertilizer, but already the shifts are coming. Even in my last session, I discussed to you about organic farming, natural farming, and so on. Today, every company in the agri sector have a biological division. So they are working on the biological biostimulants and bioorganic products, the molecules. For example, I am in one of the companies called as Amul Organics. You know the famous Amul company, which has come out with a plethora of organic products. It can be the Rich Plus, it may be the Azospirillum, Azotobacter, all these sort of biological products. So how this biological product industry, what are the biostimulants which are going to be used, and what is that people are promoting? So I wish to tell you, okay, now lot of people had come from different backgrounds. Okay, the new members, yeah, okay, all the people are concentrating on only one thing: how to bring the biological stimulants and the organic products and make it more and more soil friendly, okay, and more environment friendly, and so on. So how this presentation has to be used is, only thing is, okay, you will have to use a lot of organic products which are more climate sensitive rather than climate aggressive. So we'll quickly go. So there are a lot of organic acids, there are so many plant extracts, there are so many microbial extracts and others. All these qualify for the biostimulants. It can come in the form of fertilizers, biostimulation, pesticides. So we have the Sasya Rakshaks. Okay, so many times even IHR has got a biopesticide product. So all these are going to be targeted with a particular pest, and it is going to be very, very effective. And more than anything, now the technology is not input responsive, but it is climate responsive. It suits the microflora and the macroflora. So now, plant biostimulants are definitely not the pesticides. So now, after understanding the physiology of the plant and their growth, you see, we can put them in the form of trace minerals, soil amendments, and plant inoculants. Okay, these are all called as biopesticide stimulants. Okay, so better nutrient uptake. So there's an abiotic stress tolerance, like my friend Samir Reddy, who sits at the National Institute of Abiotic Stress. Okay, then we have a crop quality, or the yield is also another criteria. Today, every technology should become climate sensitive and not just input sensitive. So now all this 3 days conference, So how to stimulate the natural processes occurring in the rhizosphere, how the nutrient efficiency can be the uptake can be increased through the xylem and the again after the photosynthesis are coming, how through the phloem it can come back to the fruit, and how it can tolerate the abiotic stress, crop quality or yield was the very important things. I've already told you there are so many microbials, extracts, and other things. For example, the chitin, chitosan, okay, then polyphenols, okay, beneficial, then already mycorrhiza, trichoderma, and all these beneficial fungi are already used so that, all the nutrients are better solubilized, and then the humic acid and the other substance, I told you, the fulvic acid and so on. So already when the carbon content is high in the rhizosphere, all this emerging landscape, so they are going to improve. So that is how the whole science part of it is here. I've already told about the extracts, microbials, and acids. Okay. We have already emphasized nutrient uptake, nutrient efficiency, abiotic tolerance. So it's not that it was not there in the earlier thing. The antithesis for the Green Revolution was it was more input sensitive. We got some yields, but the yields were not sustainable because we ended up spoiling the soil structure. We ended up spoiling the soil microflora and so on. So now, how to use these beneficial soil microorganisms, how to improve the plant health and vigor, how to increase harvestable yields, and how to improve the quality of fruits is the one which we are going to talk today. The whole AG Biotech Conference is talking about sustainability, okay? It talks about biostimulants, okay? We'll tell you one by one, okay? And then they provide sustainable outcomes. So obviously, some of the outcomes of this is better water use efficiency, soil quality, carbon emissions, food loss is reduced, land use is definitely going to give more yield per acre. So these are some of the very important things. The other left part I've already told you. The sustainability consortium is, see, now we have got a record production of 354 million metric tons. Okay, whether can you sustain it or increase it in the long run? This is $1 million question which was coming out even through that particular BioAG conference, and partly people have tried to answer it. So some of the biostimulants in agriculture, already we have told you it can sustain food, feed, and fiber. Okay, the biostimulant companies must we are educating the stakeholders from field to fork for all the benefits. So what is the biostimulant market in the future? See, now, wherever you go, even I was not aware. So I've been a consultant for 2 or 3 companies. Wherever you go, it's all about organic products, biostimulant market. Okay, some growth hormones are spread. Okay, then these are some of the biostimulant market. So look at this. The Europe itself says the global market is going to be around 35%. Okay, the global compounding annual growth rate is around 13%. So what I wish to say is the foliar application is going to take the main focus. Okay, that is already happening in other countries, and India is not anything far behind. Already many companies are doing today. Every pesticide company, every fertilizer company has got a biological division embedded into them. So the market summary says, okay, the biocontrol and plant biostimulate industry is going to be the increased in manufacture and all these things. Okay, so this is how because there is a market, people are coming. Okay, now the market also, the drivers are more product use to avoid soil degeneration, growers' lack of knowledge and understanding of biostimulants, expanded use beyond pioneer countries, okay, then lack of widely accepted definition and uniform. See, today we have paramparagat krishi, okay, we have organic farming, we have natural farming. It is coming out in various formats. So the regulatory environment, okay, we can categorize them into 3 fertilizers, biostimulants, and pesticides. Okay, and already people have been taking licenses. And as you already know, at a district level or something, to meet the Assistant Director of Agriculture, you'll have to take a license to sell even these products. Now, furthermore, furthermore, plant biostimulants are not pesticides. That means the biostimulant may affect the physiology of the plant, so like antigen antibody response in your body. See, now, if you have more of this biostimulant, it can enhance your particular resistance to the particular pest, whether it's Bt cotton or it can be the Bemisia tabaci, the vector, or whatever it is. So that is how the action is going to be taking place. Biostimulants support the following, okay? They can be applied to seeds, they can be applied in the rhizosphere. We have one Rootex from Amul, which is applied in the rhizosphere. It is a vesicular arbuscular mycorrhiza, and the nutrient efficiency and abiotic stress is going to be enhanced. So now the US regulatory environment, so they have come out with various distinct biostimulant category. Okay, we have market protection, level playing field, data protection, predictable path, adaptable to innovation and future technologies. So now, having said all these things in the things, okay, the European Union, the USDA and the states, so everybody is asking people to shift slowly from at least 50% to the organic products and biostimulant market and these sort of things. So today, 100% inorganic does not exist. Okay, obviously it should be clarified that biostimulants are not pesticides, but it only enhances the regulatory framework, and then the resistance mechanism is going to be improved. It is like your Ayurveda and other things. By taking that, your resistance improves. Okay, that is how it is going to be there. How are we going about in today's lecture? So the biostimulants market, either from influence to advocation to communication to education to collaboration and implement. Okay, we are going to do this. And how the advocacy, we have already shown you all these things. So that 3 days meeting was there, a lot of industrial collaboration. So we can quickly go. One is the biostimulant, biological. We have got so many products. I'll show you one by one. Acid-based biostimulants are there. Okay, and then seaweed and plant extract. Even in IHR, we have been using some of these as foliar applications, some of the chelate nutrients. When we apply, okay, there is an improved vegetative growth and fruit set, especially in mango and all that. How to measure agriculture sustainability is how the sustainability consortium, when they go from field to the market, how our agriculture is going to research. Can it recoup all this biotic stress and all the other things which are going, which is reducing the sustainability? I'm just telling you about that. So there's a sustainability consortium and so many products, so many companies are there. I've already told you 3 paradigms: improving quality traits, and that is having a niche market; improvement of nutrient use efficiency, biotic stress tolerance. Okay, then look at this. Very quickly, we go biostimulants as I told you, seaweed extract may be there, biostimulants and soil health. So all these things we have beaten. Seaweed extracts, humic acid substance, because this is the one which improves the organic carbon. Chitosans are naturally occurring components in fungi, nematodes, insects, and crustaceans. Once when the biodegradability occurs, it is available in the form of nutrients to the soil, maybe phosphorus solubilizer or vesicular arbuscular mycorrhiza and so on. Microbial inoculants are another one. Obviously, you are very familiar with Rhizobium bacillus, Pseudomonas, Azospirillum, Azotobacter, phosphate fertilizer. I told you the vesicular arbuscular mycorrhiza. Then the vermicompost are giving the indolacetic acid, okay, 18 gibberellins and brasinosteroid. So now in a lot of literature, there's an algal extract, there's a quality issue. So all these things people are trying to extract and use in the biostimulant application. Basically, the idea here is to enhance the organic carbon content of the soil. Okay, that is how it works. Okay, now the winning approach is, okay, organic fertilizers and other types of bio optimally contribute to preserve the restore the soil health, because the microfloral activity has to do it. Any amount of inorganic is only going to destroy the soil structure. And at the same time, the soil microfloral health is not going to improve. That is the whole science behind it. So PGPR, okay, all the root exudates, deaminase, cytokinins, and all those things. So all these are going to be enhanced in and around the plant root system, the rhizosphere. Okay, then soil-based biostimulants. Okay, that's, we know what we say as the physiological reprogramming. See, many times when you take some vitamins or when you take some nutrients when you are not feeling well, that is only for the enhancing and the boosting part of it. The seaweed extract, we've already told you. Okay, ferrous and HS complexes in, okay, iron plant nutrition, okay, insoluble HS and phytosterols and all these things. So the solubility, the strategy in two types of plants is to improve the solubility. Simply, if you apply in the inorganic form, the uptake is not going to be there. So what are the, the oxidative zone, the aerobic microbial activity, okay, all the nutrient cycling, okay, the phosphorus cycling, all these things are going to improve. Okay, hydrocarbon contaminated soil, we have already told the biochar. Okay, all the absorption is going to increase, not only the hydrocarbon bioavailability, but also the water holding capacity. We have already told that WHC. So biochar is very, water holding capacity is increased, the mineral nutrient uptake is increased, and then the crop productivity is increased, oxidative stress is reduced by improving the microbial activity. See, that is what we say. Okay, when you sit at home and have a lot of oxygen and aeration, half of your diseases and all will go because the oxidative stress is going to be reduced. That is how the science part of it is there. So we say biooxidants, okay, all these things are there. So similarly, a lot of research have been done. Okay, biostimulants and soil organic matter and microbial activity have been enhanced in both sandy and other soils. Okay, so especially carbohydrates, proteins, and amino acids and lipid-based biostimulants, okay, it gives you an osmoprotection, metal chelation, and nutrient availability. See, many times in the inorganic form, okay, it is converted to the organic form and it's made available to the plant rhizosphere. This is the whole, coffee tombarama, So we'll quickly continue here. The bacterial count and then the fungal growth and the pH also, with all hydrolysates, you should keep the pH almost very, very neutral. Okay, and then we should also, increase up the bacterial count from 0 days to 45 days. And that is the one which you see here. When they have used control DAP, okay, when the pH was changed, you see how the activity is there and how that control is going to improve. Now, dehydrogenase activity also. At day 10, okay, many of these biostimulants give a good job. So this is what is very understandable. So organic microflora, okay. So the plant physiology part is the root exudation, photosynthesis, nutrient uptake is increased. Zinc, see, many of the micronutrients are also solubilized. So soil ecological interaction, rhizobium phosphate solubilizing bacteria, the negative gram bacteria, root-borne pathogens are almost killed. Okay, glomalin and C exudation, soil structure engineering. So all these things are very carefully manipulated. But you may ask whether a farmer is aware of all this. If farmer is aware or not aware, the research data indicates that this is going to be the future. And this is how even I've been working with many of the FPOs, and they have got a positive trend to shift. See, today, don't think our farmers cannot be convinced. They are not very dogmatic. On the other hand, they are highly liberalistic in approach. They have been doing this job fantastically. Okay, soil aggregation and soil structure is definitely improved, and the chitin and its derivative application, okay, then chitosan induce plant growth and development. It acts as a resistance, Okay, it mitigates negative effects of abiotic stress, improve obviously the crop yield, chelate heavy metals are removed. It is effectiveness against pests and pathogens, protect and stimulate seed germination. So these are some of the beneficial important things. It is something like predators, parasites, and then, all the friendly organisms which do the job. It is something like a child which is growing alone and the one which grows with parents and the ecosystem. Similar things happen even in all this plant and other fertilizer and other interaction. Okay. Similarly, you see how the soil structure has been improving. Then the effect of forage plant mixture and biostimulant in soil pH. So soil pH is going to be, when the legume grass mixture and grass mixture is put, the legume grass mixture will have more of nitrogen, biological nitrogen fixation, and obviously going towards the neutral pH rather than grass mixture alone. It's a C3 or a C4 plant. Okay, so many of this biostimulant application have been improvised and then it's been doing. So therefore, let us quickly conclude that biostimulant contribute to climate smart agriculture, enhance nutrient use efficiency, it improves the agriculture resilience to climate shocks, enhancing soil health, and then the biostimulants enhance resource efficiency. So we are not asking anybody to shift to organic, or this is not a slogan. There's a lot of science in this. And the recent conference I attended gave me a lot of impetus. And of course, I used to talk on organic farming, natural farming, making it more climate sensitive. And even in this agriinformation.com, I have delivered umpteen number of lectures. And then this is how it works. Okay, so then so many biostimulants are there. We have already discussed all these things. Organic matter and all these things we have already done. Seaweed products are there. Water retention is increased. Soil aeration is better. Fixation of heavy metal. Soil microflora is improved. Botanicals act as even food ingredients. Plant protection products. Allelochemicals are reduced. Seed germination improves. Hormonal effects. Okay, even the inorganic carbon and other materials, we have the micronutrients that availability is also going to be increased. We have beneficial fungi, especially the arbuscule forming mycorrhiza, rhizotobacter, fungal-based products. Even IHR has got a lot of products. Trichoderma, a lot of beneficial fungi. They have also been doing. Beneficial bacteria, we have been doing it. Especially all the bacteria, in and around the rhizospheric activity. Mutualism and parasitism, we have studied bacterial niche. Okay, and endosymbiosis are the type of rhizobium. So very carefully, today a microbiologist or an agri-scientist is going to study this, and then he's going to analyze each and every microflora in this country, which has about 126 agroecological zones. And then he's going to recommend. So obviously, today a farmer has to understand his own soil, the microflora, the fauna, and the things like that. And then when he does these things, he is going to get a sustainable production. And today people are very, very crazy about this. Whenever I go to the village, I take such lectures in the farmer producer organization, and there's a very, very heavy demand for these things. Okay. So therefore, what are the biostimulant? It may be organic and inorganic molecules. It can work on the cellular mechanism, plant physiology, and it can also give economic and environmental benefits by, promoting the useful insecticides and killing the bad pests and so on. So plant resistance against stress condition. Okay, it may be heat, it can be water, moisture stress. Okay, at a cellular level, we are trying to control many of these things. So the plant biostimulant is a very complex issue. Okay, and then plant production products coming out of this is still more trickier. But obviously, today's and future agri is more of a science-based things rather than some narrative which is created in the media. So don't ever think like that. The whole globe and the whole world is talking about climate change. It is talking about climate-sensitive agriculture, and then it is talking about environment-friendly agriculture. So definitely, we should not lag behind. And at least the agriinformation.com people who are attending this seminar should have a definitely, clear awareness about this particular subject. So very quickly we go. What is the market for biostimulants? There's a market, data is scarce, limited reliability, regulatory status is diverse. But somewhere down the line, we have to strike. See, every market potential, agronomic potential, agroeconomic potential starts with the science. Okay, like our green revolution started with the science, and then we had a shift to the evergreen farming, we had the milk revolution, and so on and so forth. So therefore, there are scientific challenges, technical challenges, and regulatory challenges. How are the governments going to tackle the regulatory challenges? There are so many papers and opportunities. Market is growing, awareness is improved. Okay, relatively high investment of companies. I showed you so many companies. Okay, even ICR and all, even we had put a stall. So what prompted me to take this lecture is there is a market, there is an investment, the people are aware, and there is a narrative and there is a thing in place. So that is how this today's lecture stands very prominent to how to give the awareness of the whole thing. So some of the research paper. Okay. So then even biofortification, the hidden hunger. So we say biofortification, with genome editing, you can not only make your plant resistant. For example, the BT cotton is one such crop. That we reduce the pesticide spray at least by 2,500 rupees. So is it not a big saying? Biofortification, okay, improvement in the vitamins and all the other various nutrients. So today, along with food security, you should also have nutrition security. So this is how it, malnutrition, okay. So the malnutrition is nothing but the hidden hunger, okay. And we have tried to improve on some of the micro and macronutrients. Okay, we are trying to fortify them. I recently had a project of biofortified bajra where normally the iron ppm is about 45 ppm. That means 45 microgram for every 1 kilo. So that means people have biofortified it to double. Almost 90 ppm of iron enrichment has come just by biofortification. And that's a very great hot science today. Excuse me, just. So therefore, the today's science is there, but I am not sure whether you will get awareness by this lecture or this is not a hype. See, now there are so many vegetable sources. So, for example, iodine comes from okra and coal crops. Okay, for example, the iron comes from amaranthus. But how many amaranthus are you going to eat? Can you eat 10 kilos of amaranthus? Okay, carbohydrate, vitamin A. So, therefore, the hidden hunger can be eliminated by biofortification and obviously by techniques like genome editing. See, look here. Now, there are so many diseases which can be controlled by the various crops. Okay, and this is what is recommended by the doctor. But now the science part is the lycopene and the other carotenoids in carrot, pumpkin, this itself we try to improve. I told you, the glycemic index. Okay, so now, see, now when you improve the glycemic index of various crops, it is going to become an anti-diabetic drug. So you can avoid some of your insulin injection, but still many people are suffering from, diabetes and hypertension. See, for example, the onion and garlic, allyl propyl disulfide, okay, it's going to create a thing for diabetes and hypertension. Okay, some people, I'm not saying the Jain population or XYZ, they may not eat. So there is a things, nutraceuticals in various vegetables. Okay, all those things, varicose veins can be avoided with green chili. Okay, then the spinach can avoid your good, can have a good eyesight. Okay, cancer, broccoli. This you used to hear only in a James Bond movie. Albert R. Broccoli presents. Okay, broccoli and Harry Saltzman. Okay, they were the producers of the James Bond movie. Broccoli has a cure for cancer. Okay, so a lot of countries, okay, they are affected by micronutrient deficiencies. And then definitely biofortification is the only answer. This particular conference also highlighted, okay, big four components: iron, iodine, vitamin A, zinc. So these are some of the things to support the hidden hunger, and we have already shown you the various symptoms. So how to enrich our crops, how to use bio-AG tech in the cultivation itself, so that people get it across the counter in a supermarket. They get access to fresh, good vegetables, which are highly nutrient-sensitive. So that is the whole purpose, with dietary diversification and so on. So now the fortification in India, 80 brands of edible oils is fortified with vitamin A and D. 55 milk brands have been fortified. 12 wheat flour and 2 rice brands have been enriched with iron. At least 16 states and union territories are also supplying fortified rice via their food system. So this is how we have already taken care, friends. So these are not hypothetical. These are actually what has happened in the field. So let me, I had some health issue, nevertheless, okay. So how to do biofortification? Either you can do to breeding, agronomic or genetic engineering. Okay, we can do even micronutrient environment. Sometimes it can be external biofortification, it can be internal biofortification. Okay, so ultimately we see that in the market when somebody gets it, he gets a fairly good quality of vegetables, so that he should reduce his extra supplement intake of popping up all these vitamins and neurobion tablets and so on. So even through fertilizer application, we have been improving the biofortification. Okay, there are so many case studies how we have improved iodine, iron, zinc fortification in tomato fruit, especially potassium iodide. Okay, we have already seen. Then agronomic biofortification of carrot with selenium. Okay, very, very important things. Don't think these are not happening in India. It's very much happening. Okay, so this is a agronomic approach. Okay, enhancement of calcium, selenium. Okay, and all those things. Even breeders also in IHR, I keep seeing whether polyploidy and mutagenesis, they are enhancing the nutrient status of these things. So this is how it works. I think I can go on and on. Okay, I think I should put a stop here, so that rest we can study and cover in this one. Okay, I'll stop. Shall I stop, ma? Yeah, I stop sharing. Yeah. Now the session is open for discussion. You
Yes,
can,
sir. Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful presentation. I'll take up the questions now.
yeah.
The first question is, how easily can smallholder and traditional farmers transition to bio-AgTech solutions?
See, now, I think I was discussing this with my student Siddharth, who has already attended the meeting. See, there is nothing like a small farmer, big farmer, or something. See, it is the awareness part of it. See, just because somebody switches to the biofortified, myself and Siddharth, we had an experiment with this biofortified bajra. There, 500 farmers, 5 FPOs across Koppal district, everybody is a part of it. But they are not aware, that their bajra is now biofortified with 90 ppm of iron. Okay, see, the farmer need not have the awareness, but he's doing a very good job. See, when we sell this particular biofortified bajra in the market, Mr. Siddharth had got 3,200 rupees as compared to 2,200 rupees in the Koppal market. There is a value addition. So now what I am saying is, you may be doing a very good job, but you might not be aware that you are doing a very important job. So how does it matter? See, as long as the farmer's income is justified, the farmer's income is protected, and definitely we are not asking the farmer to grow ganja or do some antisocial activities. The farmer is very, very happy. Let me tell you, Siddharth, you can even share in this thing and supplement my thing, that in fact the small farmers are more responsive as compared to the big farmers. Their awareness level is so high. See, when we left that project site, they were just short of falling at our feet. Even today, after doing all these experiments, I still feel there's a lot of scope to do all these things. rather than going up with this natural, this inorganic farming. We have to create awareness with the people here. Everything is not money, madam. I am telling you, these niche products will get money also. Awareness is better. The nutri-sensitive is also going to be very better, and already it is better. I think I have answered. Siddharth, can you just add, Siddharth? Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Good
Yes, sir.
afternoon. Good
Yeah,
afternoon, everyone.
Siddharth, he's my student who works at Arya AG Shape. We keep doing many of these experiments together. That is Siddharth. Siddharth, you just tell me what madam is asking. How does it really differentiate whether somebody is a small farmer or a marginal farmer? See, as long as his rates are protected, I don't feel any hit. What is your opinion?
Yeah, sir. The thing is that as long as the product is authentic, as long its results are visible, as long it is by word of mouth from the farmer community, the scale is not at all a hindrance for these bioproducts. It is only the visible results because it is the competitive companies himself. For example, I don't want to name any company. The big inorganic companies are now coming up with the organic products. So earlier they were saying you spray this will be good. Now they're also only saying you spray this will also be good. So it is only the farmer who accepts everything. ये किसी अर्बन कस्टमर को जाके बोलिए जो नेस्ले का दूध बेचता है बोलिए कि दूध भी ये लीजिए एंड नाउ यू टेक बूस्ट ऑल्सो अर्लियर यू वर अपोजिंग बूस्ट you were saying only drink milk. Now you are saying drink milk with boost because boost has been manufactured by me. So it is just the paradox need not to be there. It has to be a clear-cut vision, and its results must be quite visible, and it has to be a word of mouth for getting its scale.
No, Siddharth, we both discussed in Delhi when you were also there. You tell the audience, why is that today every company has got a biological division? Earlier, they had only a chemical division. This was the argument, and why today's lecture, I asked Dhanlakshmi madam to schedule it at this hour. Why is that the every company is interested in a biological department? Is it a business model or there is some science in it and you see a potential?
So there is a science, and there is, as taught by you only, we do pestle analysis for any product before launching it to market.
Yeah.
Right. So there is a policy shift, there is an environmental shift, there is a technological shift, there is an uh, ecological shift, as well as there is a climate requirement that is needed. So policy, environment, climate, and socioeconomic factor have it has forced even the inorganic chemical companies to come to and have biological products. So that is why it is the need of the hour now, because
Correct. See, even in the 3-day conference, when we had an interaction with all those international experts, so they have not come there if big money was not there. They have not come there if big narrative is not there. There is a narrative in place. There is a shift expectation in place. And today, almost everybody is going to this. And obviously, when I go with the farmer says, sir, you kindly guide us how to do it. See, they tell, even if I get 50 paise as a premium, even if I get at least, if I get a very good product, they're ready to be with us. So today the awareness is a limitation. I feel awareness is a limitation.
Awareness, se bhi zyada, sir, that awareness will happen only with word of mouth. For
True.
example, this 2,4-D, a very common herbicide, everybody knows it's
Yes,
a technical,
yes.
right? So 50 years back when 2,4-D came, it was a poison. Now today 2,4-D is a necessity, right?
Correct. There is a Roundup. They say it is Roundup resistant. So the breeders are coming out with some products which are resistant to 2,4-D.
Right.
The pesticide, the herbicide is also in place. So today it is all very strategic agriculture and horticulture. There is nothing like blind horticulture, blind agriculture. So those things are almost gone.
Right.
Yes. Thank you, Siddharth. It was great supplementing. Yeah, over to Dhanlakshmi, please.
Yes, sir. I'll move on to the next question. What are the challenges in scaling up bio-based agriculture technologies for commercial farming?
See, now the challenges are, okay, people are skeptic whether should I go 50% organic or should I go 100% organic. So this transition itself, that ratio of transition is $1 million question. So we have been telling you do it in a phase-wise manner. Okay, then for example, you start from 25% and then slowly you do it. See, in spite of all these things, our yields are bumper. Let me tell you, 354 million tons of horticulture, 350 million tons in agriculture. I don't find any problem in the production part. Only the value addition, niche customers, that is an issue. So absolutely no issues, madam. People will shift. People are shifting. Yeah.
Okay. What regulatory hurdles are currently slowing the adoption of bio-AgTech globally?
The regulatory hurdles are somebody is giving a water molecule and asking you to spray. He might do a fraud. So the testing agency or the assistant director of agriculture, who is supposed to give a license at a district level or whatever it is, the licensing monitoring must be very strict. You cannot allow Tom, Dick and Harry products to simply come inside and then cheat the farmers. Some farmers were also cheated to a tune of 40 lakhs or whatever it is. The regulatory mechanism and booking them through the legal mechanism is the most important thing of the hour. How to book them in case somebody plays a fraud.
Okay, I'll move on to the next question, sir. What impact does bio-AgTech have on soil health, biodiversity, and carbon sequestration?
No, this is the most important thing which we are all doing. See, by shifting to this organic and this bio-AgTech and all that, soil structure, soil fertility, organic carbon, okay, soil microflora, okay, azotobacter, nitrobacter, azospirillum, the entire thing is enhanced. So because of this, the symbiotic relationship and the nutrient uptake, whether it is through the roots or the xylem or the phloem vessels, is definitely going to be enhanced. So it is definitely moving towards a more climate sensitive agriculture rather than a nutrient sensitive agriculture. I think I made the point.
Okay. Can biological innovations truly replace chemical pesticides and fertilizers at scale?
Madam, see, now I will give an example. You prepare the normal curd at home. Okay, you buy curd from Nandini. What is the curd? It is nothing but a lactobacillus species. So now if you use different lactobacillus species, you won't get the required curd. And the curd you buy from the market, you cannot replicate it because they have already killed the microorganism. And even your normal idli batter, which comes from Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So if you use the wrong species of Saccharomyces cerevisiae, you won't get your idli at all. So therefore, today it is a world of microorganism, whether it is bioenrichment, biofruit, okay, all the probiotic curd or probiotic juices are all targeted to enhance the vitamins and other micronutrients. There's a huge market for that. I see that the whole world is going to be that. And even customers can check it across their counters and see that whether they're giving a good product or a bogus product. Obviously, health will be good. See, is there not that you take a probiotic curd or probiotic lassi that your health is going to be big? Very good. I think that's the answer.
Thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Dr. V.K. Jayaraghavendra Rao for the talk and for answering the questions. A special thanks to Mr. Siddharth for his participation. This meeting will now be closed.
Okay, thank you. So,
Thank you.
Siddharth, yeah, you should take a lecture on your own from next time.
No, sure. Thank you, sir, for sharing this invite, and thank you, agricultureinformation.com. We'll be happy to collaborate through, sir.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Sona.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I close the meeting.